Good morning, good morning, good morning. Machiavelli Mills TV, and I have some breaking news to report to you all. So, according to a report from The Athletic, members of the Indiana Pacers traveling party were aggressively confronted by acquaintances of Memphis Grizzlies star Ja Morant following their game on January 29th. Two members of the Pacers traveling party say a red laser was shined on them, and they believe the laser was attached to a gun. The NBA conducted an investigation and confirmed there was some form of confrontation. No evidence, though, of a weapon being used. However, one of Ja Morant's friends is now banned from the Grizzlies arena after the league led probe. So after the league led this investigation, one of Ja Morant's friends is banned from the Memphis Grizzlies arena, right? And now Ja didn't have this issue where one of his friends was probably might have been flashing a red beam on a gun at somebody. Now, the league didn't find the gun, but we know what we know. There was a confrontation that ensued, and Ja Morant is hanging around some real dudes that he hanging around the wrong crowd. Now, see, I told y'all before in a video that I made prior to this one, and I said Ja Morant is going down the wrong road. He trying to be somebody he not. He trying to act like he's some type of super thug, for real, and it's going to come back to bite him. It's going to come back to bite him. I told y'all. Now, look what the boy into now. He in cars with dudes. He rolling with dudes. Is flashing beams at dudes. Now look. He flashed a beam at somebody that were civilians this time, right? Next time he can flash his crew of people flashed a beam at a crew of people who are civilians. The next time, his crew of people might flash a red beam at somebody that might start shooting back. And what happens if Ja Morant's in the car? He hanging with dudes that's flashing red beams at people. Somebody might start shooting back next time. Then what? Then we got a tragic story and some bullshit that could have been avoided had Ja Morant stopped trying to attach himself to this street bravado. I said this once, I'll say it again. I don't know what it is. A lot of young black athletes and entertainers, when they get success, the streets have a hold on them. The streets have a hold on young black men so much, they feel like that in order to be accepted, to be beloved, they have to have a street bravado attached to them. They have to have a street image attached to them to be accepted. And that's what Ja Morant going through right now. That's not Ja Morant. Ja ain't no street dude. I know a lot of y'all, you don't know what life he lived. Come on, man. Ja wasn't acting like that at Murray State. None of that. He wasn't even acting like that in the first year or two of his career. He just recently started doing all of this. Now he want to act like he just something. Like, I promise y'all, now he acting like he see King Von in the mirror when he wake up every morning. He acting like when he wake up in the morning and look in the mirror, he see King Von, and that's not him. He got to knock it off. Because he will never be the face of the league acting like this. For real. And what really disappoints me is that I'm looking at Ja Morant, and Ja Morant is Papa Doc from 8 Mile, right? He grew up in a 2-parent household. Came from good stock, came from good people. They came from a nice environment, a pretty decent environment. And now he want to act like Larry Hoover or somebody. It's ridiculous. Like, I hate to see young men who come from good family structure trying to be kingpins. Knock it off. It's really hustling backwards because he's the face of a franchise that, they were known as a hard hat and lunch pail franchise, but they never had this illuminating star to propel them propel their franchise to the next level, right? Cleveland was, until LeBron James, they never had this mega star. Ja Morant appears to be a guy who could be a mega star in this league. They gave you the keys to the franchise, to the organization, and now you out here acting the damn fool, acting like you just super thugged out. This shit is weird. It's ignorant. It's really like Ja looking like a goofy out here, acting like this. He doesn't need to do this. You making money. You can have any woman, almost any woman you want in the world, almost, right? Making money, you doing your thing. I see the girls like how he look, and he want to act like some type of super tough ass dude. It don't make no sense to me. It don't add up, man. Like, and again, the thing about this is, I said it in a previous video before, and people, again, he just a kid, all of that. Listen, all that you just a kid stuff, it don't fly. Because if that was me in that situation acting like that, all of y'all would look at me and say, now his grown ass need to cut that out. I could be the same age as Ja Morant. Y'all would tell me his grown ass need to cut that out, stop with that shit. But A lot of black folks, a lot of our people celebrity worship and try to make excuses for the young brother. He got to cut it out. All right. Ja from a farm town of 3,000 people, Dalzell, is it Dalzell, South Carolina? And he's trying to be something he's not. For real. And again, it's going to get him in trouble, especially due to the fact that, and I'm not wishing this on a young brother at all. Ja's a high flyer. You know, he lands hard sometimes. He gets injured sometimes. He has injuries, right? And lo and behold, knock on wood, I don't want the brother to get hurt at all. But if the brother has some injuries, right, and let's just say the injuries prohibit him from being the celebrity or the superstar that everybody wants him to be. I'm not wishing this on the brother at all. I want him to reach his highest potential. But let's just say he has some injuries, right? Teams are not going to want to keep you around in this league if they know you got some street. You trying to be street, and you got street shit attached to you. You trying to keep a street aura on you. Ain't nobody, nah, bro. You're a liability at that point. Seriously. But I see other young dudes in the league. I seen other young dudes that came from street environments. You wouldn't even know it because how they act. Anthony Davis came from Inglewood, Chicago, Illinois. And you wouldn't even know how he act. He don't act like that. He don't got to do that. D Rose, outside of D Rose throwing up the pitchfork in that picture in that 1 year, in his first year at Memphis. Other than that, you would never know D Rose was from the hood of the hoods unless he told you out of his mouth. Pooh don't go around here trying to gang bang on folks. He don't out here trying to he don't out here trying to beat his chest, trying to act like he's some type of shooter. Ja really want to be a shooter for real instead of being a shooter on a court. Like, again, he got to cut it out. It's silly stuff. It's silliness. And to me, I feel like T. Morant, as a father, you better check your boy. All right? And I look, it's beautiful, the relationship that they have. T seemed to have been able to push his son to get to the NBA and help his son achieve his wildest dreams, right? And he sits courtside, and again, he's enjoying the fruits of his son's labor and probably his labor as well, putting his son and trying to show it. Probably he was training his son up to be a great player and all of that, right? And it's great. You sit at the games, sit at the games courtside watching your son play. You get to sit with fellow entertainers and rappers and so on and so forth. That's cool, T. Morant. The problem is, I don't know if T got the relationship with his son where he checks his son. T seemed to be like he's trying to be one of Ja boys instead of his dad. Seriously, maybe I'm tripping. Y'all don't see that? It seemed like T want to be one of the boys in the entourage. T enjoy being around Yo Gotti them and Moneybag Yo and Key Glock them. He want to be one of them. Like, bro, what the? Like, it seemed like T is enamored with their lifestyle, and then he's enabling his son by not checking him. Because I'm telling you right now, if that were my father is much older than T, right? I came from my father's an older gentleman. But my dad's 67 years old. If I was acting like that, my daddy would call my phone right now. Boy, what the fuck are you doing, boy? What you trying to do? I ain't raised you like that. That ain't who you are. Yes, you come from the hood, but that ain't who you are. I came from some of the craziest hoods in Chicago, Illinois. Some of the hoods y'all see a lot of these rappers come from, I lived in a lot of these different neighborhoods, right? And I was about a 10-minute drive from a lot of them. Right? I lived all over the south side of Chicago. I'm not going to go, and when I went to school at Mississippi Valley State University, there was a lot of other kids from Chicago trying to act like they were super tough, like they were just the biggest gangbangers on the block. Me, myself, I never did that shit because I couldn't do it here, right? And them other boys couldn't do it at home either, but they tried to go to school and be something they not. I wasn't going to do that. I'm going to stick true to who I am. Yes, I come from the hood, and I lived in a lot of different wild hoods, but that ain't me. And I don't got to carry that everywhere I go because I don't got nothing to prove to nobody. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, born and raised. If you cut me right now, 773 will fall out my arm right now. I'm that Chicago. For sure. For real. Chicago through and through. One of the most Chicago dudes you will ever find. But I don't have to act like I'm tough and beat my chest because Chief keep Lil Durk them making them songs they making, and I got to act like I'm super tough and super hard. Ja Morant is feeling the pressure, I don't know, to feel like he's super street because maybe it'll get people to like him. And you know, he in that age range, and I hate to say this, he in that age range where girls like tough ass dudes, and he trying to appeal to that image and be like the rappers he hang with. I don't know if he went to one Moneybag Yo studio session and now he's super thugged out. I don't know, but he needs to calm that shit down, right? And if he trying to impress some girls, cut it out because they gonna come either way. All right? You can be living a lifestyle like Common Sense, like Common. That's Common Sense, old school name. Like Common. You could be living a lifestyle like Nasir Jones. You could be living a lifestyle like Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. They're going to come, brother. You got the bread. They already like how you look. They're going to be around you regardless, right? These other dudes, it's no point in trying to act out or show out to impress them. Them dudes ain't cashing your checks at all. You're going to find yourself out the league doing silly stuff. It's just like, bro, like I'm watching them like, bro, he got all the money in the world and now he want to be a street dude. It's silly. It reminds me of Chris Brown. Chris got to Hollywood and was living the superstar lifestyle, being a young prodigy. People looked at him as a second coming of Michael Jackson. Chris wanted to be affiliated with the Bloods. He wanted to fit in. He wanted to get a tough bravado around him. He wanted to be a part of something so bad, something that make him look tough. He joined the street gang, and I feel like the boy be out here getting pressed up and be getting extorted. Friendly extortion, right? It's silly to me. Chris want to be a thug so bad. Another young dude, right, that didn't have to live that lifestyle, but when he got famous, he wanted to get on and I want to be around the gangs and the Bloods. Like, bro, it's just some silly, like, dumb shit. You know what I mean? But T. Morant gonna have to curb that. He gonna have to get his boy and say, man, listen, don't mess up your future and your career and your money trying to be looking like you hanging with shooters. Like, it's just ridiculous stuff. But it's dudes in his age range that want to be, you know, like I guess appeal to their lifestyle. You know, I don't know, but I told y'all before, all y'all telling me leave him alone. You don't know where you come from. I don't give a fuck if he came from Beirut. I don't give a fuck if he came from Iraq. All right, acting like that is not acceptable. You want the boy to mess up his money in his future where he cannot provide for his family? He didn't change his family life even more, made it to exponential heights, right? They live in lavishly. My alma mater, Mississippi Valley State University, just offered his sister a basketball scholarship last week, right? You know, but again, they come from a pretty good family and all of that. They didn't got some money. They doing their thing. He didn't increase their whole revenue, their whole outlook on life. He didn't change with his wealth that he's amassed. You don't want to lose that, bro. You don't want to lose. You don't want to jeopardize that. To hang around some dudes that you can look like you tough, man. LeBron don't do that shit. He from the hood of Akron, right? LeBron don't hang around dudes like that because he know what's at risk. Bro, I ain't out here trying to be tough. I'd rather be looked at as, cool guy, cool, fun-loving dude that embraces everybody. John Morant be treating the Memphis Grizzlies like that's his gang, and he the chief. I'm for real. Playing in Memphis got him thinking he one of the folks, like he folks now. He needs to cool it out, because I know some folks that have stomped John Morant ears together. For real. And he weighed about 165 pounds, so my little cousin's a slap jaw in his chest, or his heart will fall out his chest. He needs to just relax. All right? This is not a good look to be doing that. Play ball. He's all on the internet before this, telling folks he got hollow tips for dudes. And I remember when they asked the brother, somebody on Twitter asked the brother Ja. They said, Ja, you a millionaire. You making all this money. Why you coming on here acting like you? Why you come on Twitter acting like you thugging? And Ja's response was just so fucking clowned out to me. Been on that. Still on that. Never gonna speak on it. Like, but what are you not gonna speak on, bro? Again, do you got some bodies at Murray State that we didn't know about, bro? Like, come on, man. What are you not gonna speak on? Just wanting to be super, super thugged out and get like, boy, all that silly shit, bro. Again, Kerr, cut it out. But his father gonna have to correct his boy. His father gonna have to stop being an enabler and say, hey, son, knock it off. Knock it off. For you be out here and you be in a negative situation that you can't get out of. We didn't see. The Baltimore Ravens documentary came out, aired yesterday. Ray Lewis had gotten into situations hanging around wrong dudes. Hanging around dudes that's known to do hits. Known to put in murders and all of you hang around them type of dudes. Hang around shiesty individuals. We didn't see entertainers and athletes go down this road. We didn't see people go down this road before. We know what the outcome is. But yet and still, John Morant wanted to hold the line and act like he of that ilk. Cut it out, bro. You're a multi-million-dollar basketball player who's the face of an organization. You are an employee of a billion-dollar entity. Okay? Act as such. Not like you on a corner selling drugs like you on an episode of Power. Knock it off. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.